Hey, it's KMK, and we just got episode 7 of Vikings, and it was absolutely great. I really liked a whole bunch of the themes they're pushing through. The new characters were really interesting, the new direction of the show was really interesting, and the hype building up for this clash of civil war is even better than it was before. Now, but before we get into the actual preview of episode 8, I want to talk about the title, the joke. Now, this could refer to something that Floki's doing up in Iceland with people settling there, because he's quite a trickster part, and we've had this whole theme of him being the trickster, leading them along, and them getting angry about it for quite some time, and in this preview, you will see they get more and more angry about this as well. It also could be something that Ivar's doing in the battle, or maybe Hitman or something like that, and there could be some really big joke theme throughout the whole entire thing, which could be quite nice to subvert what we think is going to happen with the Civil War. So make sure to tell me why you think this episode is called The Joke in the comment section below.
Many of us will starve to death.
No, we will not die. We will turn this land into somewhere wonderful to live.
So straight away, they're giving even more and more airtime to this whole Iceland storyline. I thought it was going to be quite a small part of the season, but it's growing into this larger and larger thing, and I really like it. The conflict between these people who have been led along by Floki, his weird desires and illusions, plus the exciting new aspect of this new civilization brewing in Iceland is all quite nice. You can tell the location manager for Vikings was salivating when he found out they were doing stuff in Iceland. So what we can see is that the group is kind of really untrusting of Floki for good reason, and the scent's starting to fall up as they realize this ground might be hard to grow stuff on, and their people could actually die of starvation if they aren't able to grow enough food. The main conflict will be between this guy here and Floki, probably. A lot of the other ones are more forgiving of Floki, willing to work hard to make something out of this place that they've been taken to, even if they are a little bit disappointed in what they were promised compared to what they get. This shot here of Floki with the bird on the shoulder is quite mystical, godlike, and cool. They're building him more and more to be this kind of seer, kind of mystic, warlock kind of character who's connected to the gods. And his costume reflects this more and more every episode, and his mannerisms and the dialogue he's getting is more and more in that way too. Plus, with all the foreshadowing we got before the time jump of him turning into the Seeker, and something we all saw, like we were like, oh, he's going to be the new seer, he's going to be the new mystic guy in the village. It didn't end up happening, but this could be his chance to be the spiritual leader or the weird voodoo guy of this Iceland community. But it will be a hard task for him because they really don't like him at the moment.
We are going to war for the kingdom of Kattegat.
I am its rightful queen.
Wow, that looks awesome, but only 3 more episodes to go. I was really personally hoping they would get a 20-episode season, not broken into 2 parts, but that was a bit, overreaching, considering they got this out quite fast to us compared to what last season did. Game of Thrones, we're waiting like a year and a half to get it, so this is very, very quick compared to what other TV shows have, so we shouldn't be complaining. So the Civil War is happening this episode. The giant battle will happen, the clash of the soldiers will fight, and we'll see Ivar's tricks come out, Bjorn's fighting style, Lagertha doing badass action, and all these characters mixing together in full, in-your-face conflict. We'll probably get some interesting banter between like negotiations or some kind of thing before the fight, and then a really awesome like one-on-one fights and inside the giant pit of fighting happening between main characters like we normally see, like when we had Rollo and Ragnar going against each other. Now, we saw a lot of the negotiation and planning for this fight on the side of Bjorn, Uber, Lagertha, and all that, and so it'll be really interesting to see what Ivar's plan is. That's something we don't know at the moment, which will probably indicates to me that it's going to be something that hits these guys by surprise as well, because we don't know about it. So it's more than likely that main characters will fall, leadership will change, and the whole world that we see of Vikings will shift right into the next season. Some of you think that Uber's going to die by the end of the season, which could be happening in this episode. John believes that Ivar will have many victories, but not against his brothers. They will be a humbling defeat for him that brings him back to England. Some of you think that Hickman will kill off certain characters, betray Ivar, and a whole bunch of other awesome stuff. So I cannot wait to see what happens in this next episode, because personally, it's all up in the air. We could follow what history says, we could follow what Vikings is pointing towards, but it's really a toss-up for me, mainly because we've had so many different changes of what we think is going to happen from history. We've had so many different changes and throws of left field where we think that the show is pointing towards, so it's really going to be a big changing episode that should hopefully bring a surprise for all of us. So tell me what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. Now, I'm sorry this is going to be such a short video. This was a very short preview. Didn't tell us that much, and I cannot wait to go into this next episode. I am so pumped. I hope you are as well. And I would love to hear you guys' discussion in the comment section below, because this was a very short video, so we need to carry this into the comment section, We need to talk about this some more. I ain't done venting yet. And while you're there, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you really enjoy my Vikings content. See ya!